Hey. Just kind of taking a look at what everybody's writing in there. So there were different opinions about kind of what happened last night, but all right. Well, so normally what we do here is we do the gratitude thing because we know that expressing gratitude is something that is definitely meaningful and helpful in relieving stress, helping us see the world in a different way. And so do take a moment, if you haven't had a chance yet, to put something in the chat that you are grateful for. And I'm always grateful for you guys being here. And then we always start, our tradition has been back since 2020, of starting with a poem, although sometimes music. But I think John said he was going to, you're taking charge of the poem tonight. Is that right?
I believe that's Wendy.
Okay, I can see I'm already wrong on two different counts today. You're right, it is Wendy. Where is Wendy?
I would have let you, John, if you wanted to go.
You're in my upper right-hand corner. Okay. Not a problem. That's right. Now I do remember Wendy volunteering when no one else wanted to. So I am grateful.
How it goes.
I'm grateful for that. So take it away.
All righty. So before I read it, you get to look at it.
It looks like a mushroom.
So the poem is called Whenever You See a Tree. And it is by, yes, it is by Padma Venkatraman or Venkatraman. I don't know.
Okay.
Think how many long years this tree waited as a seed for an animal or bird or wind or rain to maybe carry it to maybe the right spot, where again it waited for months for seasons to change, until time and temperature were fine enough to coax it to swell and burst its hard shell, so it could send slender roots to clutch at grains of soil and let tender shoots reach toward the sun. Think how many decades or centuries it thickened and climbed and grew taller and deeper, never knowing if it would find enough water or light, or when conditions would be right so it could keep on spreading leaves, adding blossoms and dancing. Next time you see a tree, think how much hope it holds.
Oh. Nice. I like that. How much hope it holds. Thank you, Wendy. Okay. Wonderful. So before I forget, any volunteer for next week? John.
You caught me at a weak moment. I'll do it.
Okay. Okay. Wonderful. Wonderful. Take advantage of those weak moments. Okay. And we have enough weeks, I think, for everybody to get a chance, of those who are here tonight. So don't fret if you're worried that you might get left out. All right. So hey, let me just ask for your question. So how's your meditation practice been over the last week or two? Does anybody have any questions or comments about their practice? Everybody's just perfect. Doing it regularly for 3 hours a day. Okay. Okay. No questions at all. Okay. Well, I guess we're done. See y'all next week. All right. Well, then that's you're going to force me to talk a little bit more then. So, it's interesting. I saw something the other day that said that we have, I don't know, I can't remember how this person calculated this, or no idea where they came about this, but we have about 6,000 thoughts a day that go through our head. And oftentimes these thoughts get caught up in the negative default cycle that we have in our brain, particularly when we're not busy doing something. And so oftentimes we get stuck with this like what if kind of a scenario in our head. It usually goes down some kind of a rabbit hole that we really don't want to be. And one of the things that can be helpful as we begin to practice meditating is to see things as what is, as opposed to like the negative what if. And it's kind of recognizing that, you know, the brains that we evolved from thousands of years ago, they're the same as what, you know, we have today. The problem is that we're kind of running all this new software, like looking at our phones a couple hundred times a day, or it might even be a couple thousand times a day that we tap different things. And so we get this kind of immediate reward every time we do something on our phones. And this is it's just not the way that our brains were designed to run. And so maybe when God does human 2.0, it will be better designed for phones. It's just so it helps to take a moment to pause throughout the day. And something I came across the other day was like, all right, so sometimes people think, well, I don't have time to meditate for 10 minutes in the morning, or to pause at the beginning of a meeting or whatever. But I guarantee you have time to pause for at least one breath. And so if you do one breath and you like an inhale to 3 and an exhale to 3, or an inhale to 2 and an exhale to 4, but a good deep breath, that's 6 seconds. We all have 6 seconds. And so if we can begin to just kind of practice little bits at a time and do that consistently, this is where changes occur in the brain. This is how we develop practices. So I would encourage you throughout the next week to find a minute here, a few seconds here, think about your day. And, you know, so maybe for Wendy, it would be before I see each patient, I'm going to breathe for 6 seconds and just center myself. Maybe Andrew, every time he chops an onion, I don't know, we'll think about that. And I know Brenda has opportunities to practice breathing as well, as does Sherry, and the rest of you, I am sure. So practice that throughout the day. See, maybe you need to post something on your desktop. Maybe you need to post it on a door somewhere that just says breathe, or maybe it's just a picture so no one has to know that you're practicing what you do every day normally, but you're just bringing some conscious awareness to it, and that can have an impact. And so we want to practice bringing that non-judgmental awareness to that breath. When thoughts come into our head, is to bring that kind of quietness and gentle calm to that situation, and begin to kind of detach from, you know, whatever we imagine the outcome of what we're supposed to be doing is, and just be okay with kind of what is right now in the present moment. So for me, starting this evening, what was somehow another kind of snafu. Yeah, I don't know, but you guys are all here, and so we just go on. And what I thought I would do tonight is just do a meditation. Really kind of one of my favorite meditations, which is the Lovingkindness meditation. For a lot of people, when they first start meditating, or when they are trying to kind of maybe renew your practice, focusing on the breath seems, for some reason, it seems new agey, even though it's been going on for 2,600 years. But there's something about maybe repeating a mantra over and over again that feels a little more accessible, and can also be kind of powerful for people. So go ahead and sit comfortably and try to have a neutral spine. And so whatever that means for you, first and foremost, it's important to be comfortable when we're meditating. So we would want to do it again. And you can either close your eyes or you can gaze softly down in front of you. Whatever just feels most honest right now. And just kind of take a deep in-breath and just good long exhale, getting rid of all that negative energy that maybe you carry with you throughout the day. We're here, we're getting ready to meditate. Let's take another deep breath in and then just let it all out. Good. Long exhale. Anything that doesn't serve you, just let it go. And then just go ahead and settle into a nice pattern of breathing. I'm not trying to change anything. Let's just notice the inhale. Notice that I'm breathing out. Expressing gratitude to the respiratory system that does its thing without me having to direct it. No matter what's going on. Nice. Now I'm going to share some phrases that are really kind of in a form of a blessing. You can think of them in that way. And the loving kindness meditation or the metta meditation, oftentimes these kind of standard words are used, but when you choose to do them on your own, feel free to pick words that resonate maybe with you more closely, or even tonight if that works for you. But let's start with this and say these words to yourself. May I be safe. May I be happy. May I be healthy. May I live with ease. May I be safe. May I be happy. May I be healthy. May I live with ease. And continue that at your own pace for the next few minutes. As you say these phrases, allow your face and your jaw to soften. Sink a little more into your chair. If your mind wanders from the phrases, which is perfectly normal, our minds just think a lot. Just notice it and gently bring yourself back. May I be safe. May I be happy. May I be healthy. May I live with ease. And now for the next minute or so, I'll ask you to shift the focus of loving kindness from yourself to someone else that you feel could really benefit from you sending loving kindness their way. Maybe a family member, a friend, pet. And say their name. Happy, healthy, safe, live with ease. And now shifting your focus to someone you might consider a neutral person in your life. Might be the Amazon delivery driver, the checkout person at grocery store, garbage men. Say to them, may they be safe, happy, healthy, live with ease. Your mind may wander from a neutral person and normal, and just recognize that and bring it back to the phrases, to those blessings. And then before we go, I'm going to throw out a challenge, which you can either accept or not. There's no judgment, but you may decide, let me include someone that I struggle with a bit, that maybe is a little bit difficult, or a lot, depending on what you feel like doing. But if not, you can always go back to yourself. But if you want to call to mind someone challenging, say, may they be safe, happy, healthy, live with ease. Notice what it feels like. Nice. Now let's all return to sharing those blessings to ourselves. May I be safe. May I be happy. May I be healthy. And may I live with ease. And taking a moment to check in with your body. Noticing if there's any difference between when you started and the tension or ease of tension through this meditation. There's no right or wrong, good or bad, just noticing. Bring your attention now back to your breath. Nice inhale. Strong exhale. Inhale in all those blessings. Exhaling out anything you don't need. And when you're ready, you can just gently begin to open your eyes and return to the room, in our shared room. How was that? Or how are all you? Some heads nodding. I don't know whether that means that's because of drugs you took or it was something that was helpful. Okay. All right. Okay. Wonderful. And so it's nice that people can feel calm after meditating, and this one tends to do it more so, but I also like to remind people that we don't really necessarily have a goal when we sit down to meditate, that oftentimes it is just to have that non-judgmental awareness about what's going on. Sometimes I sit down to meditate and it's like, oh my gosh, I'm really anxious today. But even that's valuable. Gives me something to work with. So whenever we can bring that stuff into our consciousness that's that's kind of seething beneath the surface is helpful. And for the loving kindness meditation, I invite you to take it with you in practice wherever you feel like it's helpful. I've had clients say to me all the time that they will use it in certain situations, change the words to fit the circumstances. So we can all use those blessings. So I'll be curious. I'll ask you next week what your practice was like. So remember, helps to find a time, usually in the morning, but everybody has a different life. But you want to try to find a way to link your meditation practice to something you already do every day, so you don't have to think about what time to do it. And then reward yourself when you get done. Whether that's using an app and you see you've done it another day, or you just, hey, I did it another day. Whatever it works for you. So over the next week, please all be good to you and to those around you. I'm gonna eventually figure out the Zoom thing, or not, but hopefully, yeah, we'll see. So thank you all for showing up. If you were wondering where Luna was, she's played very hard today, so she's sacked out. All right, everyone be good.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're very welcome. Thank you for joining us. And we'll see you all next week.
I made it in time.
Okay. Bye-bye.